My family spent 2 days in Detroit, Michigan, and we had a blast. We had great vegan food, went to cool spots like the Whitney and Detroit Institute of Arts, and here's a video of some of our favorite parts. So our first stop was a shop called 9. You might know this if you're a fan of Bargain Block on HGTV. It's Keith and Evan's shop that they have in Detroit. My parents really like Bargain Block, and I actually met the guys at the Central Michigan Home Show this year. So we were excited to check out the shop, and it was pretty cool. Then we drove just a few minutes down the street, and we found Paige's Bookshop. Super cute shop, and there was even a cat inside. And then right next door, we went to Detroit Vegan Soul for lunch. So delicious. So we ended up getting the soul food platter that came with some collard greens and some mac and cheese and beans and rice, and we got the barbecue tofu and a bacon cheeseburger and a Caesar wrap. Super delicious. Then we went to Michigan's largest used bookstore, John K. King Books, and it was crazy. It was humongous and super packed full of books. I can't even imagine how many books must be in there, but we had a blast exploring and checking it all out. Then we made it to our accommodations for the night, which was the Inn on Ferry Street. Super cute series of like 5 houses all next to each other, broken up into different kind of like hotel rooms. We got all checked in, we really liked our room. And then we headed on out and walked down the street to the Whitney. This is a famous old mansion in Detroit, and we had heard that there's a Ghostbar, and we knew we had to check that out. So we headed upstairs to the Ghostbar. We got the Witching Hour cocktail, which is kind of their signature drink, and listened to some piano music and just enjoyed the vibes over in the Whitney at the Ghostbar. After that, we caught the QLine, which is actually a free subway system in Detroit. We took it down to Campus Martius. This is kind of like the city center for Detroit and a really cool social scene. So we went to a little kind of sit-down area, had some snacks. I really liked the Aperol Spritz umbrellas that were there, and just kind of enjoyed a little, almost like a little aperitivo, a little pre-dinner appetizer. Then we walked over to the Guardian building, which is also a really famous building in Detroit that has amazing architecture and art inside. We went to the Spirit of Detroit statue, and we saw the Fist. Then we planned to catch the QLine, but when we got to the stop, it said there would be like a 20-minute wait for the trolley. So we decided to just keep walking until we got to the next QLine stop to see where that would take us. And as we were walking down Woodward, we kind of realized that there was just so much stuff on that street. So we enjoyed seeing Comerica Park and Fox Theater, and eventually we did end up jumping on the QLine, and we made it back to the Inn on Ferry Street and grabbed our car and drove down to Pie Side, which is an awesome spot for pizza that has a lot of vegan options. We really, really liked it. Then the next day, we got up and we went over to the main Inn on Ferry Street building for breakfast. And then we walked just a couple blocks over to the Detroit Institute of Arts, and we enjoyed spending the morning there looking at the art that they have on display. My aunt really wants an oil painting done of hers, so we had a good time finding really good oil painting inspiration to send over to her. And then we caught the QLine again and we headed down to Condado, which was an amazing taco place with lots of great vegan options. We got a trio of guacamole, which was way more food than we ever needed, but it was delicious. We also got a margarita flight and we each got a build your own bowl. They have a Thai tofu that was really good in there, and they do smashed tots too. And when we were outside, someone actually gave us a map of the cast corridor, and on there we saw some other stops that we really kind of wanted to hit. So we ended up walking through and around, and we found Nest, which was a really cute little shop. And then a sister shop to Nest is called City Bird, and that was also a really cute shop. And then as we kept walking, we ended up finding Cold Truth.
It's for the vlog. It's for the vlog.
Which is a soft serve spot that just happens to be fully vegan. I'm sure it's intentional, but it was delicious.
We got a lavender coffee swirl with Biscoff, and we got a vanilla with Oreo. Woo!
We were still stuffed from lunch, but for the vlog, we had to get one more kind of vegan thing, so we decided to stop and get some ice cream. And then we walked back to the QLine stop, and we caught the trolley down all the way to the end of the line so that we could do the Riverwalk downtown. And we got to see Canada, which was pretty cool. Then we sat down on a bench and we just kind of chilled and read our books for a little bit. Our feet were really hurting, so it was nice to have a little rest. Then we decided to walk around and do a little bit more shopping just to kill some time before Shelby and I headed to the AJR concert at Little Caesars. So we hit a couple famous alleys. We saw Parker's Alley, and then we walked to the Belt. At this point, shops were pretty much closed, so we didn't really go into anything, but it was cool to see these cool kind of spots. And then Shelby and I made it to Little Caesars Arena to see AJR and their opener, MXM Tune, as well, and it was a fabulous, fabulous concert. It was a great trip to Detroit. Thanks for watching.
If you could snap your fingers and go anywhere at all, where would you go? Would you go to the bottom of the sea, where none of your problems could find you? Or here. Or maybe here. Or here. Maybe you'd go here. Or would you rather be standing in the Little Caesars Arena? Right now, surrounded by thousands of people. They're all right there. Let's go there.
Wish I was a stone. That's the way I feel.
So I said, would you put your phone down? Then we called up Arnetta and we said, could you play that on the trumpet? Okay, we had our trumpet melody.